Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your number one horror podcast, formerly on Pornhub, Getting Off. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden, Matt Ritter. I am here with my co-host this evening. She is host of the She Leads Showcase, Inside the Mind of, In the Crowd, story time with the reigning, defending, undisputed trick or trivia champion, Ms. Katie Kinsey, baby.
Hey.
I don't know if you were paying attention. For those of you watching, and if you're not watching, go fucking watch, because we have a banger new intro video from Allison. But did you hear the little remix that we had in there?
Yes.
So I hit up Jaylan since the original video
This
looped,
is why you tagged him. Okay.
and I was like, hey, any way that you could stretch this out for this video? And I sent him the video. He's like, I got you. And he sent it in, remixed it a little bit. Allison put it together, sent it to me. Brand new video. It's a banger. What's up, Rylan? What's up, Reek? But much love to Allison for making that happen.
Jesus. Thank you, Allison. I love you.
Love you so much. And thank everyone. I don't know why you guys are here in the chat but not on the show to talk shit with us, but hey, whatever's clever, you know.
People are watching Revolution.
You could watch AEW Revolution, or you could come talk fucking Idle Hands with Matt and Katie. What would you rather do? I think you'd rather talk Idle Hands with Matt and Katie, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Before we get into your part, well, I mean, the whole show is your show, but like before I hand the reins over to you, there are things I'm supposed to do and say, and you know, all that fun stuff. So if you are watching us live, whether you're watching us at twitch.tv/Creation World, where if you have Amazon Prime and Twitch subscription, you link those two together, and then you get a free sub on Twitch that you can give to your favorite content creator. And right now, if anyone should be your favorite content creator, it should be Katie. Katie could use all of the love and support possible today, so please go sub to her channel, show her support, tell her how awesome she is, how pretty and shiny and bright she is, and how she, you know, makes your day better. Show her all of the support that she deserves. But if you're not into, you know, women who are intelligent and talk wrestling and like horror movies,
Not into women,
or just not into women, but you're like Vince, you like to jerk off to bald white guys. Hi, I'm here, and
Jesus
you guys
Christ.
can come to me. I could be your favorite Twitch streamer.
Oh my god.
I think I'm pretty, you know, but anyway.
You're pretty.
Point is, use that sub, whether it's us, everyone over at Rivet City Radio, Katie specifically, or right here at Creation World, or your favorite Twitch streamer, and show some support. You guys could also check us out at youtube.com/Creation World, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boost the algorithm, helps find new listeners.
And why is that important?
Because you're a whore.
If you didn't catch that from like what I said about Twitch, yes, ladies and gentlemen, horror for your likes, for your comments, for your views, for your subscriptions, and mostly your attention. So please do all of those things, boost that algorithm so more people can enjoy me as much as you do and use me like the whore that I am. And the more I get used like a whore, the more whore-like I will be, and the more content you will get, and everyone will just have a good time. You know, what's sticky, fun, good time? That's what we're here for. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to be a part of that. And the best way to be a part of that the best way to be a part of that is to flick that bean, hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live. If you're a wrestling fan, you can catch us 15 minutes after Monday Night Raw, 15 minutes after Tuesday Night NXT, and Friday nights after SmackDown, all 15 minutes after the shows go off air. If you like video games and movie news and just all that nerdish, Creation Conversation, Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Or, you know, if you're here for the whore and the gores, or the gore and the whores, either way works. Getting Off.
The whore and the girls.
Either Fridays or Sundays, depending on when Katie's free. Every other week, bi-weekly podcast. You get panels. You get franchise reviews. You get trivia, which is the next thing you're going to get after this.
Mm-hmm.
You get Katie Horror Showcases with shit Matt made Katie watch. You get all sorts of fun shit. So hit that notification bell, get notified every time we go live. We'd appreciate you to do that. Okay, I'm going to shut the fuck up. Katie?
Yeah.
It's your show.
Hey, it's me. Yeah,
We'll
so
get that one.
while everyone was happening, while you were doing all that, they were talking about the Mariah Tony match. There was a lot of blood. I saw a lot of pictures. Fun shit. What are you looking for?
That
Oh, I have notes. I forgot about this. Okay, so I'm in season 2. I finished episodes 1 through 4. They figured out. Well, I mean, they gave Dexter a nickname, the Bay Harbor Butcher, because all of his shit started floating up to the surface. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Way to fucking go, Dexter. Bad. The latest episode, LaGuerta was fucking Esme. What the fuck's her name? Yeah, Esme's fiance, making this bitch look crazy, thinking her man's sleeping around. Plot twist, he was. But holy shit, when he got up, I said, I like paused it. I was like, I need a minute. That's crazy. Women are supposed to stick together, but nah, LaGuerta's a bitch. How dare you? Just because she wanted her job back. Which, like, to be fair, she shouldn't have been fired in the first place. Or demoted. I guess she wasn't really fired, but she was demoted. Lila is weird. I don't like her vibes. That's Dexter's sponsor because he has to go to NA meetings because he told Rita he's on drugs.
Well, what else are you going to tell her? I murder people for a living?
Yeah. I feel like she'd understand.
Well, actually, I murder people, and then for a living, I cover it up.
Yeah. I feel like he could do that. And now Rita's mom is here, and she's like, oh, he's hiding something. And she gives me weird vibes, even though Dexter's like, oh, maybe she's cool. I love that you love it. I'm having a great time. It is a journey, but again, I had to make sure, and I forgot I had this post in there, so thank you for reminding me. I haven't watched it in a few days because I've been watching a bunch of other shit trying to... Yeah. But fun times. I still have many episodes to go in season 2, and then I got to do House, and then back to Dexter. So...
Okay.
That's my journey so far.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, now again, it's back to your show. So, what would you like to talk about?
All right, Cody Rhodes. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
You're saying I'm America's ass?
Let me find it. No, it's too much time. No, I'm not saying that at all. Okay. I need you to pull up one of the first trailer I sent, please.
I think it was this one.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Now, do you want to see the trailer first, or do you want a brief synopsis? But it's Rumpelstiltskin. But
yeah, I get the gist of. I mean, is there more to Rumpelstiltskin than?
It's the last paragraph of this whole ass thing Bloody Disgusting wrote. Everyone ends up getting more than they bargained for when the devil gets involved and all hell breaks loose.
Okay.
So Satan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out.
Let's fucking go. I have not watched this yet, so I don't know.
Out here, and worse, much worse.
Spinning straw in the cold. It's remarkable, but it's true. That's this girl a spinning wheel.
What do you want from me, creature?
A human child.
My firstborn child shall be yours.
So she's a witch. And we burn her, of course. I shall give you 3 guesses as to what my name could be.
And if I fail?
I shall take him from you. And if I have to rip him from your cold, dead hands, then so be it. Stealth skin.
Yeah, no, thank you.
That was the most
That-
late 80s, early 90s ass VHS trailer that I have seen in a long time. Like that felt like was it Jack Frost? With
that
the
was a movie.
with the snow no, not that Jack Frost. Hold on.
Oh wait, are you talking about like Michael Keaton?
No, I'm not talking about the one.
Oh.
I'm talking about the one we
Oh.
watched the trailer for with the
Yeah.
fucking dead guy that turned into a snowman and
I
killed.
think that's also called Jack Frost.
Yeah, okay. Like, but it felt like one of those movies. That's what it felt like watching it.
B-list. Listen,
Yeah, like I feel like
the trailer gave so much and yet oh so little. Oh so little. Like granted, people who know the story of Rumpelstiltskin, like girl gets trapped. She has to spin twine in the gold or whatever, straw in the gold, whatever the fuck it is. And then Rumpelstiltskin shows up and he's like, hey, well, bitch, listen, I can do this, but you got to give me your first unborn child. And like the king becomes obsessed with gold. It's a whole thing. If anyone's seen Once Upon a Time, they do it splendidly.
okay.
But this is. It's a no
I want to know where
for
the
me.
devil gets involved.
No. No, it doesn't really say. It just says, when everyone gets more than they
No.
bargained for.
Yeah,
Devil shows up.
I know that
That's-
you don't know. I need to I have to watch this just to find out how the devil is involved in this.
I mean, the devil's always involved. The devil's in the details.
The devil is in the details.
Ha 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 ha. Ha, ha.
I will probably of course I will, but I will probably watch this.
Fucking of course you will.
I'll be bored one night and I'll be like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I mean, hey, it's no Winnie the Pooh.
It's not Winnie the Pooh 2. It might be Winnie the Pooh 1, but it's not Winnie the Pooh 2, that's for sure.
Still so funny. So anyways, moving on to maybe more fun things. So do you remember when we covered Resident Evil?
I do.
So we're getting another Resident Evil movie.
We are.
It is Zach Krieger. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The director of Barbarian, which Barbarian was a really good movie, if anyone's all that. So he's writing and directing it. Sony still has all the rights to it. There was a bidding war, but Sony won. It's going to come out September 18th, 2026. And he, quote, is going to take the title back to its horror roots and be more faithful to the initial games.
Okay.
Which the first one did kind of like it was at the mansion, Nemesis, blah 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 blah.
Well,
Like-
Nemesis didn't really show up until 2.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like the first games, like
Yeah.
the first games in the first like 2 to 3 movies, they did fine. Like they included elements from games.
Okay.
So we're getting Wesker. I fucking hope so. I want like Wesker, who's a douchebag who turns on his whole team at the fucking mountains. The name I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, that's Allison's birthday.
Nice. I have
There we
a
go.
request.
I might say yes.
Justin Long as Leon.
No.
Yeah, no, I need Justin Long as Leon.
No.
It's the director of Barbarian. I need Justin Long as Leon.
No, I don't. Justin Long, hear me out. You
As
don't
Wesker?
need to be in this one. No.
Oh, come on.
No, Wesker needs to be a hot badass.
You're saying Justin Long is not a hot badass?
No,
Okay, well.
he is not. Are
You
you
are- you're
out of
fucking
your fucking mind?
It was
All
a joke.
caps.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
I wish I would have seen his face while he wrote that. Yeah, no. Justin Long can be like one of the scientists who like dies in the beginning. That's fine. If he really wants to be involved. But so besides the 8 movies, 7, 8. I don't even fucking remember at this point. The initial Resident Evil movies we got.
Yeah.
There have been a few like other ones
Netflix.
that have been done. The Netflix one, and then there's another one too, but it was like Welcome to Raccoon City, because it's not Raccoon, it's Raccoon apparently. And that came out in 2021, but it just didn't do well.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a good direction. Again, there's also remakes of like the majority of the games, like the early games. So
Bro can do for Resident Evil what Fede Alvarez did for Evil Dead. Which I'll be talking about in a couple weeks. So I'm really excited to talk about Evil Dead 2015.
Oh yeah, for the 800th time you've talked about that.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked.
I mean, that's fair. As you should be. Okay. I have another trailer for you to bring up.
Is it the Peacock one?
Yes. Now, again, do you want synopsis or we watch trailer and then
Well,
synopsis?
this looks like it's a show and or movie on Peacock, so yes, give me a synopsis.
Okay, so it's called Long Bright River. It's based off of a novel by the same name. Peacock Limited Series, coming out March 13th, so in a few days. Amanda Seyfried, as you can
I was just going to ask you that because she's kind of blurry and I wasn't sure. I do love me some Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried is in this. She's in a lot of horror movie stuff coming up. This, and there's another thing, and they're talking about Jennifer's Body too. She's like, we're working on it. So
Jennifer's two bodies.
Jennifer's two bodies.
That's what
she stars as Mickey, who is a police officer who patrols a Philadelphia neighborhood hard hit by the opioid crisis. When a series of murders begin in the neighborhood, Mickey realizes that her personal history might be related to the case.
Okay. Let's see what you got, Amanda.
I grew up here. Went to elementary school down the street. And so did a lot of the girls working the avenue today.
These women are good people. The men.
So everyone else
Different
became hookers
story.
and you became a cop.
It's our job to protect them.
I agree. It is our job to protect streetwalkers and workers.
Over the past several days, 3 females have been found dead.
I'm worried about you. There's a killer on the loose, Mickey.
Looks like someone's going after these girls. Then they have to know to watch their backs.
Why are you looking into this? You're a patrol cop, not a detective.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means you seem to take it personally. And you won't tell me why. Mickey, what's going on?
It's Casey.
I will always love.
Casey's been gone for too long this time. I think that something might have happened to her.
Casey's always listening. That's what she does. I don't know why you keep letting that girl in.
She got in a car with a John about a month ago. I haven't seen her since.
I saw a red pickup truck outside of my house.
You think he's following you?
Mom was scared. You stay away from me. Wait, you know him? Yeah, I know him. You know him too.
She's still out there.
This thing is far bigger than we thought.
Mickey, don't go in! You gotta let it go.
I'll let it go when I find her.
You make me feel like I am home again.
That's in like 4 days.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out if she's in a lesbian relationship with this girl, if they're just friends, if it's her sister.
I was leaning more towards sister.
That was my initial thought.
It definitely
But they kept
seemed
like
like
playing
it.
"I Will Always Love You," so then I felt like,
I mean, could be sister.
and why do you keep letting this girl in your legs?
Or it could have been like the closest friend she had when she was on the streets doing tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Was she on the streets doing tricks too?
That's what I think.
Oh, you went from
You said, was she on the streets doing tricks? That's what it seems like, right?
She would have made some money.
Hey,
What's up?
relax.
I'm just saying she would have made some money. I don't know why that's a problem. I'm interested. It's very much giving Jack the Ripper 2025. You know, he's
haunting.
stalking, kidnapping, murdering prostitutes, women of the night.
listen, the amount of times I had to say "woman of the night" in my fucking video, I did. Jesus, they're prostitutes. Just say it. My God, it's a different time.
Harlots.
Harlots, if you will. All of the things.
All of the things.
Yeah. So that seems like a fun time.
Yeah, no, I watched Teacup. Teacup was a little weird. I think we watched a trailer for that.
Teacup did not get renewed for season 2.
Fair. But the other one with the satanic band and the mom from Modern Family that I watched, whose name is escaping me, that was fun as shit. I enjoyed the shit out of that show. So they've been doing some interesting stuff over there on Peacock.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Shout out to Peacock and their limited series.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I'm going to look that up.
I can't. It was like
Julie Bowen.
I just remember it being like Satanic Panic, but I don't think that was the name of the show. That was just
Hysteria.
Damn it! I had the right idea. I just didn't know the word to
Also,
say.
Julie Bowen and Happy Gilmore and Happy Gilmore's Dream and or Nightmare. Mwah.
Also, can we talk about the fact that Julie Bowen still looks basically the same as she did in Happy fucking Gilmore?
In 1996. Fucking vampires in Hollywood, man.
She's definitely a vampire. She seems like a good one, though. I'm just saying.
What?
She seems like a good vampire. Just saying. Okay. So, Crispin Glover.
Okay.
You like him. We know him. We watch stuff with him.
Can you name me something that you watched with Crispin Glover that we reviewed on the show?
Friday the 13th, the final chapter?
Yep.
Yes, let's fucking go.
The dead fuck.
Yes. Because at first I was like, what the fuck are they saying? I understood after the fact. But he's going to be in a new movie, which is a creepypasta story come to fruition. For those who don't fucking know what creepypasta is, it was a website where the corkscrew, where people created these terrifying stories or theories, like the Rugrats theory.
Slenderman.
Slenderman is the biggest creepypasta ever.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, not even probably. Literally.
Which is why I'm like, if you don't know what creepypasta is, Slenderman, because I guarantee you've heard of Slenderman.
I mean, there was 2 teenage girls murdered another girl because of Slenderman. Which one of the girls I think is like getting out of jail soon. Crazy world we're living in. But this is called probably. This is called The Third Parent. And the synopsis is
that's not how that works. As a parent, that's not how that works.
I know.
Okay.
I'm aware. This is what it's called. So a 4th of July celebration is like the setting. And then when a disturbing figure named Tommy Taffy emerges, disguising himself as a human to infiltrate a suburban neighborhood and impose authoritarian rule over an unsuspecting family. And he looks creepy.
Well, yeah, it's Crispin Glover, and B, his name is Tommy Taffy, so I expect all of the things.
He looks basically like the same as he did in Charlie's Angels.
Okay.
Which, the fact that that's him is crazy.
I always saw Crispin Glover as like horror's Willy Wonka.
Okay.
Like if they did a Willy Wonka horror property, because
well, there was that Willy Wonka experience in, where was it, Glasgow?
Where they were doing crack and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. You
yeah. Yeah.
She had her moment to shine. I tell you what. Yeah. So that's coming soon. That was about all I saw about it.
So, well, we got a trailer to look forward to that's probably going to creep you out. You're going to be like, yeah, no, I'm good.
I'm like, oh, that's a big no for me, dog. Listen, I used to play the Slenderman game, and that shit scared me. I don't know. Collect those pages, bro. Collect them fucking pages. I was in middle school. Come on. It's fine.
Yeah. No, it's not.
I mean, it wasn't. Did I have a little bit of trauma? Yes. Am I fine now? No, but it's all right. We're here. It's okay. What I do need is I need you to pull up the next trailer, please.
Yes, ma'am.
We're doing back-to-back trailers. Again, do you want a synopsis?
For Night of the Zoopocalypse, please, yes.
So, this is an animated family film. Okay, stay with me here. When chaos breaks loose at Culpeper Zoo, clever young wolf Gracie must team up with tough but soft-hearted mountain lion Dan to survive. With a ragtag crew including Xavier the movie buff lemur, Frida the fearless capybara, and Poot, the tiniest but mightiest pygmy hippo, these unlikely heroes must outwit a horde of zombie animals to reclaim their home.
It's PG. The fuck. Hey, I have a daughter.
Exactly. That's why
this is for her. All right.
This is why I thought this would be cute. It does look like a cute movie.
Go have a baby and get back to me.
That's crazy. In this economy? Come on.
Hey, I'm literally having a baby in like a week in this economy. Calm down.
In this economy. Anyways, Night of the Zoopocalypse, everybody.
You just don't get it, do you, Gracie? Sooner or later, something bad or
This already
worse
feels like Big City
is gonna
Greens,
happen.
and I don't know why.
We live in a zoo.
Oh, fucking there's hell in that trailer.
Nothing interesting ever happens here.
That's definitely someone from Big City Greens.
He said, okay, we support fun stuff for Zoe.
I saw that, yeah.
You hear that? I think something's not right.
Evasive maneuver 7, Delta 15!
It has become
Clive
some kind of
Barker?
mummy zombie.
Oh yeah.
I wanted you to see that for yourself.
I was gonna say, did you say that? Because I don't.
Nope.
I don't think I. Okay.
It's in theaters now, by the way.
Something worse. We have to get out of here.
Grandma! Did you just punch my grandma in the face?
Sorry, kid, but your grandma's a
With
monster.
my luck, my grandma will take Zoe on Thursday. Other day.
Oh.
All right, we got to get out of here.
Hi, I'm Poot. I'm a pygmy hippo. Or am I?
It's cute. I think Zoe
It's
would
very
love
cute.
it. It's out now. It came out 2 days ago.
All right. Because she had
Yeah.
Transylvania and some other stuff, and
It's kind of like Secret Life of Pets.
yeah, it feels like Secret Life of Haunted Pets,
Yeah. Secret
or
Life of
like
Pets.
Haunted Zootopia.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you the Clive Barker thing. I wanted you to like see it and then react.
That's crazy, dude. That is
Yeah.
Clive Barker. Holy shit.
From his mind. He's fucking
From his mind.
All right, are you ready for the final trailer?
Are you ready for the final trailer?
No, I only do this to fuel the agenda that's happening.
To
'Cause we've
appease
talked-
the horror movie gods.
guys. Yeah. Because we've talked about it before. Fucking Bambi the Reckoning.
So, my movie for the day was Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
Tomorrow is Candyman.
Nice.
I also watched Idle Hands and Burying the Ex yesterday.
Wow.
So,
Okay, what a throwback with that one.
well, Burying the Ex was my movie, but then I
okay.
Yeah,
I thought
because
you were talking about
alphabetical:
one.
Burying the Ex, Cabin in the Woods, Candyman.
Fair, touche.
So.
You got me there.
But yeah, no. So Bambi: The Reckoning. Feel like it's something that could be in a cube in the Cabin in the Woods.
It's the Pluniverse.
Here we go.
Great. I have not watched it, so I don't.
Maybe you'll love it.
It's gonna be awful. I already know. I already hate it.
We're visiting his dad's family.
That's a big deer.
He fucked their shit up.
They murdered his mom. This is all justified. He is not the bad guy here.
As if I couldn't hate deer more. Because of vendetta against deer.
Out of the shadows. It's perfectly safe.
Perfectly safe my ass.
I need Thumper.
Why was she smiling?
Because she's really fast, and she was outrunning the deer, and she was proud of herself.
That's his fucking boy.
Ew.
Close your mouth! And Doug. Jesus. Yeah, so the next installment of the Pluniverse.
Reek, why do you hate deer?
I would also like to know the answer to that question before we move on. I mean, it's a valid hatred, I guess. I can't say phobia because he didn't say he's afraid of deer. He just said he hates deer.
So we were driving yesterday. So Zoe got her orange belt on Tuesday of last week.
Yes.
And I asked her afterwards, I was like, hey, where do you want to go eat to celebrate that you got your orange belt? And she's been watching a lot of Young Sheldon. And there's an episode of Young Sheldon where Missy gets to choose where she wants to go eat, and she chooses Red Lobster. And like, I think the exact phrasing was, wait, I get to pick?
Mm-hmm.
I want Red Lobster. And Zoe repeated that line dead ass exactly, but it was 6:30 at night on a fucking Tuesday. So I told her, pick somewhere else tonight, and this weekend Daddy will take you to Red Lobster. So last night we went to Red Lobster and got Red Lobster for Zoe and Kate because she also loves her fucking crab. And as we're driving, she sees deer and she goes, I saw reindeer, because in her mind all deer are reindeer.
Valid.
And she was very excited. Those fuckers have caused me and my vehicles grief for almost a decade. Listen, the White Sox, as a Southsider, I was am a White Sox fan, no matter how awful they are, won the World Series, right? In 2005, the year that I graduated high school. And I was driving back from watching the White Sox win the World Series, dodged 3 deer and hit one and completely fucked my car up.
Goddamn. I did just watch Tommy Boy where they hit a deer.
Yeah, and then they put the deer in the car, and then the deer wakes up, and it wasn't dead, and it fucks up the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. What a good movie that is.
This is going to be a lot like that, Katie. Like, if you love that scene from that movie, I think you'll love Bambi.
No. Now.
Very much the same concept.
No. Liar. Yeah. But don't worry, Bambi probably survives because we're getting a big ass Monsters United movie fucking later this year.
I can't wait for Tigger and Pooh and Bambi side by side
with Pinocchio and Peter.
Maybe Pooh can ride Bambi into battle.
Oh,
Thumper and Tigger side by side, just
That's
thumping and
crazy.
jumping.
Thumping and jumping is terrible. Oh god, it's gonna be a terrible fucking movie when they all come together. Like, is this all taking place in the same universe?
Yes, I believe it is.
Because what are you guys doing about this? Winnie the Pooh.
Dying.
I'm sorry, Winnie
People
the
are
Pooh.
dying. That's what they're doing. They're dying.
Bambi's out here causing havoc. You got Pinocchio, Peter Pan. I think we're getting another one. I don't remember off the top of my head though. But it's gonna be terrible.
Tigger is the Javon Evans of the Pooniverse.
Because he's bouncy.
Because he's bouncy.
He's bouncy. That's how dare you. All right, let's just move on to the reason we're here.
Oh, and what is that, Katie? What is the reason we're here?
So, Matt had me watch Idle Hands.
Now, last we checked, From Dusk Till Dawn was pretty high up on the Katie's enjoy meter list of shit Matt made Katie watch.
Didn't I put it as number one?
Yes,
I feel like I need
Ginger
to start
Snaps
writing
was
this down.
number one. Ginger Snaps was number one, and you had it above Ginger Snaps.
That's right, I did.
And Night of the Demons is still in the top 5.
Crazy lore.
Listen, Night of the Demons 2 was the shit. All right.
I know.
But my girl loves Devon Sawa.
I do love Devon Sawa.
She has never Sawa this film.
Jesus Christ. You were
Until
waiting.
today.
You were waiting. Literally today. I watched it a few hours ago.
I honestly was not waiting. That literally just happened on the spot.
She
that
never
was a thing that just
Sawa.
happened. Yeah, no, that was not planned at all. Trust me, if it was, it would have been better. So
Yeah.
Idle Hands. How'd you like it?
It's not what I expected it to be, but I also don't know what I really expected it to be. You know?
Okay.
Devon Sawa looks like an actual baby because holy shit. Was this
1999.
What is this in relation to Final Destination? When did Final Destination come out?
2001?
2001? Or 2000?
So. I can look that up while you're talking.
I feel like 2001 was a sensitive year for
Play
playing movies.
crashes?
Yeah.
2000. You are correct. It was
Okay.
before that.
So a year-ish.
Good call.
Upward. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
Well, as long as it came out before September, it would have been okay.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Sensitive. But I can tell because like the way like all boys in the 90s had like the fucking split bangs. Then
When I had hair, I did.
see,
It was split from the back all the way to the front, and everything was down, and then it was shaved up underneath.
yeah. So like he looks definitely younger, but again, not that much younger than Final Destination. He just doesn't have this in Final Destination.
Yeah.
It's like all clean, buzzed-ish, which works. I was not expecting him to just be a stoner, and that's why his hand gets possessed. But again,
Okay.
now watching it, it makes sense. Idle hands are the devil's playground. That was a quote from the movie. Look at me go.
It's a quote from a lot of things, but we'll
It's a quote from, what the fuck's his name? Riley? The one who only had Shout at the Devil on his radio, by the way.
Randy.
Damn it. I knew it started with an R. Whatever. The only song he had was Shout at the Devil.
Randy. We're going to talk about Randy.
Okay, let's talk about Randy. Let's just start
Well,
there.
before we get into that, so for those of you who are unaware with what Idle Hands is, essentially a young man who is extremely, for a lack of a better term, lazy. has his right hand, which is not his dominant hand, so he's not using it very often, possessed, and it goes on a murder spree. And it kills at least 6 people before he realizes that his hand is murdering people. And then, because there are 4 murders before his parents, and he doesn't find out till after his parents, we'll get there, that he's the actual killer. And then it is him, his pseudo girlfriend that the hand is after, his 2 undead best friends, again, we'll talk about, a warrior monk priestess,
Druid priestess. How dare you?
And Randy, all on a mission to stop this hand that has been possessed by a demon from murdering more people and claiming an innocent soul.
And only hitting towns that start with the letter B.
Yeah, well,
it was.
Did they list all of the towns? And I have that in my notes. We'll get there. But we mentioned Devon Sawa. Vivica A. Fox plays the Druid priestess. Kelly Monaco, who you may know from horror porn, is the girlfriend in the car in the Kiss makeup.
Okay.
Jessica Alba plays Molly.
Yep.
Seth Green plays
Mick.
Anton. Well, sorry. Devon Sawa plays Anton. Seth Green plays Mick, Anton's best friend, as does Eldon Henson, who some of you may know as Fulton Reed from the Mighty Ducks, and others of you may know as Foggy Nelson from Daredevil, which just made its return in Daredevil Reborn. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but go watch those first 2 episodes.
Is that a sensitive topic for you right now?
I can't spoil anything.
Watch Creation Conversation. They spoil it.
Oh, we do, but we warn you ahead of time.
They do.
Also, and I don't know if you know this, Blink-182's Tom DeLonge is the drive-through attendant at the restaurant that Anton relieves when he's trying to talk to Randy in the drive-through.
There's literally a band in the movie. Why would he not just be someone in the band?
Because that's a real band, Katie.
Oh, was it?
You don't know who that band is?
I couldn't tell.
That's Offspring.
Holy shit. Is it really?
That is Offspring, yes.
Oh my, I guess I don't, now that I think about it, I guess I don't, never really remembered what Offspring looks like. I just know their music.
As a matter of fact, the song that they're singing at the dance is a cover that they have on one of their albums that came out around that time.
Well, I guess, I mean, that logically makes sense.
I wanna be sedated. But yeah, no, that's Offspring.
I honestly, truthfully, don't think I ever knew what Offspring looks like.
And fun fact, Tom DeLonge is not part of Offspring.
Oh, I know that.
Just to be clear.
I'm aware of that. I didn't know that was the Offspring.
Yeah, no, that's the Offspring. Which there was a point in time around now where I was very big into Offspring. 2 of their albums specifically. Well, so around this time, Ixnay on the Hombre came out, and that had a lot of their early hits that everyone knew, where they started getting popular.
Mm-hmm.
But I got into them with Americana, which had like "Why Don't You Get a Job" and "Pretty Fly for a White Guy."
Okay.
And then I also really loved the album that came out after that, which was Conspiracy of One. Those were like my 2 big Offspring albums. I was really into Offspring at that time.
What is the album that's like black and has like the red? You know what I'm talking about? You're gonna go Far Kids on it.
Black and his you're gonna go Far Kids. That might be Conspiracy of One. It's like a skull on the cover.
I don't remember it off the top of my head. I just remember
Grace, maybe
that probably sounds right.
from like 2008.
I don't know. Probably that was probably when I was listening to that song.
Yeah, I think that's about right. So, but yeah, no, Offspring is the band that plays at the dance in the movie.
And he gets his head ripped off too. That's great. Well, I'm sorry, his scalp ripped off.
Yes.
That sucks. Hate to see it.
So, the movie, Katie.
The movie.
Go ahead. Spits and swallows, or swallows and spits, wherever you want to start.
So, like, I didn't even write them as that this time. I kind of just, like, was writing stuff down.
Okay.
What did I say? So, obviously, Evil Dead-esque, because the hand. The haunted hand. A little bit. It gets cut off. Yeah.
Speaking of Evil Dead-esque.
Okay.
Evil Dead 2013. The turkey carver was my first thought rewatching this when Mick grabs, he's like, so Anton is going to cut off his hand. He's trying to cut off his hand and the hand keeps moving, trying to prevent him from cutting it off. And he says, get the turkey carver. And Mick, Seth Green, goes and grabs the turkey carver and he goes, I have Leatherface as he's doing it. And then he unplugs it. But in my head, all I think of is Evil Dead 2013, where her hand gets possessed and she cuts it off with the turkey carver in the kitchen after she gets bit.
Yeah, which biting, not fun. In that
the hand
context.
also gets bit in this part.
Sure.
By Nub.
Which terrible name, by the way.
With a P.
You could have gave him literally any other weird name.
It was fucking me up too because at times I thought I heard him say P-Nub or Pnub, and then I also heard just Nub. So
I kept hearing like Pnub. I was like, see, this is awful. It could have been like Mick and Rick. Like, could have been something stupid like that. Like,
no, it's Mick and Pnub.
It's dumb, is what it is. Terrible name. Also, Anton is a hell of a name choice as well. Like, when you sit down and write something and you're trying to think of names, the thought process that went behind some of these is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anton, Pnub. And then there's like normal names like Molly, Randy. I don't think we ever figure out what Vivica A. Fox's name is. I don't think.
Oh, it is exactly what. So when we first see her, she's dressed as a nun, I believe, or a nurse, or
she's a nun.
Up. Yeah, a nun. And she says that her name is Sister Liqueur.
Oh, Debbie or something.
Her name is Debbie Liqueur. But yeah, Sister Liquor. And he's like, Liqueur? Yeah.
I knew that when they said it, or like, because I always, subtitles. And I saw it. I was like, oh, Liqueur. And then I knew as soon as he said it, I was like, God fucking damn it.
Sister Liquor. Yep.
Of course. Ow.
So she is the druid priestess demon hand hunter, Debbie Liqueur. And as you said, she has a map, and on the map is all the places because she visited as a nun a person that whose hand was possessed, but then it left that person, so the hand was just all like fucked up, but it was no longer possessed. And she's tracing it down and she's marking down all the places, and then she sees that there are murders in the town of Bolin.
Yeah. Something like that.
And she marks it, and then she realizes, hey, if I connect all of these dots and then draw a big circle, it makes a pentagram. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think a pentagram is actually like a sign of protection.
I think it depends on how it's used.
Is a 5-pointed star that can symbolize many things, including protection, perfection, and the devil. So,
yeah,
any one of those things.
Yeah, because most satanic rituals use a pentagram to summon things. I watch a lot of Ghost Adventures. There's a lot of shit happening in those. I just know things. Mind your business. So that's why, because she was in like Beaver, Utah. And then she saw that there was places happening or the murders
Sister
happening
Liquor and Beaver.
Yeah. And then she saw murders happening in Bolin. I don't know. It's all in. I don't know. I'm trying. How should you? I don't know. I don't remember the other ones. I know they all started with B because I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe we'll get a reason as to why they start with B. No, we didn't. There's no reason behind it, I guess. Make it easier. I don't know. But yeah, she just had like a bunch of disguises in her trailer home. She came out as a bowler.
Yeah, where she met Randy.
Who is just weird.
So let's talk about Randy. So Randy is Anton's next door neighbor who listens to heavy metal and is referred to as an expert in satanic practices due to the music that he listens to. But he basically tells Anton, like, dude, it's just music. Like, it's not that deep. It's
no, he listens to one song.
Shout at the Devil.
Shout at the Devil. It's the only song.
He's also probably a pedo.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Very much Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused with the.
Yep.
You know why I love high school girls? Because they stay the same age, but I keep getting older, or whatever the fuck he says.
I think that's spot on.
I think it's reverse. I think it's because I keep getting older, but they stay the same age. I think that's what it is. But anyway,
regardless.
He's like, I graduated high school 3 years ago, but let me hit on this girl. And then gets mad at Anton for cock blocking him because Anton's like, hey, so my hand's fucked up. And so Anton's parents are murdered in the beginning of the movie.
Which was wild.
And then Anton wakes up and walks past blood and all sorts of shit with his headphones on, which he has 2 pairs of headphones. He has his sleeping headphones that were playing a song that immediately picked up with that same song in his like walk around the house in the morning headphones.
I mean, don't we all have 2 pairs of headphones?
And we even saw, like, as he was making his sandwich with the bloody knife and shit, where the possessed hand is literally just sitting there, and his right hand is slapping everything onto it and scooping things, and the one hand is doing everything, and the other hand is just literally just idle sitting there.
Crazy.
Until he accidentally bumps into his parents' bodies and then realizes he murdered them before his friends show up.
Well, no, he doesn't know he murdered them until they find his shirt in his mom's hand that was ripped.
Ants spelled in blood on the floor.
They were killed by ants? No. Do you have an evil ant? No.
I love Nub in this movie. All right, Seth Green and Nub are probably Mick and Nub are probably my Nub are probably my 2 favorite things in this movie. They're fantastic.
They're just like, I don't know. The whole movie was like weird 90s stoner comedy, which like isn't my thing usually.
This is
funny. Yeah. As Alex found this nation permanation, but interesting arriving to the chat. Honestly, I respect it. I love when TC shows up and does shit like this. It's very entertaining. It's all very creative too.
He's very good at it.
He is.
So let's see. He has an inhaler that is actually a bowl.
See, disrespectful as someone who uses an inhaler now.
You know what it reminded me of though? Because I watched it today, Cabin in the Woods, where he has the bong and he's smoking the bong in the car, and then he gets out and they're like, "You're not bringing that into my parents' RV," and he turns the bong into a fucking mug, and he's like, "Why would I do that?" Like,
which is fucking bonkers.
Stoner innovation, man.
I mean, clearly we saw it at the end.
So there were 4 murders in Bolin prior to his parents. Twins, and then a girl and some other guy. Anton figures out that he's the killer, and then his hand starts going crazy, murders his 2 best friends as he's trying to stop it. He buries his parents and his best friends in the backyard, gives a heartfelt eulogy, and his friends come back to life because the light that the girls were asking them to walk into was too far away, so they said fuck it and came back.
Literally lazy behavior.
Then Anton, who finally, thanks to the hand, has the balls to go talk to the girl that he's been crushing on, Molly, and their whole thing is very weird. And slight an issue for me, but anyway. So basically, Anton's been crushing on Molly. Molly's this girl who rides a moped and writes songs, and she's a rocker, and he's kind of obsessed with her. And she drops her book of sonnets, and he picks them up and he gives them to her, but he can't talk to her because he's like weird and awkward, so he just like shoves them in her chest and then runs away.
Yeah.
But I guess she kind of has a crush on him, even though he's weird and shy. So as the hand, who is now possessed, and he is fully aware that the hand is possessed, like brings him to her house and goes in and starts, making advances at her for him while also trying to murder her, which kind of helped him get in. All of the weird, awkward shyness has gone away. She immediately, this guy who couldn't even speak to her less than 24 hours ago, she like invites him in and plans on fucking him up in her room while her parents are gone. It was a whole weird, very quick thing. The balls just started rolling.
And like that's all it took for him to like gain confidence to talk to her is the hand grabbing her ass. Really?
Well, I mean,
that's all it took.
Once she liked
Anton could have done that himself.
No, but here's the thing: he didn't have the balls to do it himself. The hand had to do it for him. But then he got the green light, and once the green light's lit, it's go time.
It was go time. He had to tie up his own hand.
Well, because the hand wanted to murder Molly, he decided it's time to get rid of the hand. So, as we said, he was attempting to cut it off. So, Penub has a severed head that he's carrying around for the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Anton, because the hand keeps moving, has Penub bite the hand, and then he hacks it off. And then Mick, with, again, stoner ingenuity, quickly with an iron, cauterizes the wound. But now the hand is free. Anton then takes the hand and microwaves it.
Ugh.
Which got it all sorts of nasty and fucked up. And then plans on going to the Halloween dance with Molly, who he promised to, take out to the Halloween dance, despite his evil possessed hand that wanted to murder her.
Yeah, go on.
Mick and Penub go back to Penub's house for burritos and a first aid kit.
Normal things.
Let the hand out of the microwave and then proceed to, in the disgusting, bloody microwave, because it's not their mess, cook their burritos. Mick also, brilliant one, who takes a pitchfork, like
a meat
skewer.
knife skewer.
Yeah, like a skewer.
Yeah.
Skewers Penub's head and then shoves it into his body. But then he eats the burrito and it leaks out of his neck, so then they duct tape the neck up.
Which is fucking gross.
Mind you, the whole time Mick's still got a bottle sticking out of his head from where the hand broke the bottle and stabbed him in the head with it.
Which pretty cool.
We're not even at kills yet. We'll get there. Molly is going as an angel.
As you should.
Her best friend is going as the devil.
Makes sense.
Girl things. Molly's angel costume was a big swallow. Jessica Alba in an angel costume was a big swallow.
Yeah.
Now the hand is off the leash and out to freely go try and murder Molly. There's a part in this movie that gave me hocus pocus. It was giving hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus.
Hocus pocus. I said what I said.
Okay. Max gets to the dance and interrupts Offspring to warn them about the hand, and it was very much Max Dennison interrupting the band at the dance. Oh, I meant Anton.
Yeah,
Anton. Yeah, but
I know what you. No, that is the vibe. That's 100% what happened. And then they start throwing shit at him.
Well, of course. And then it's a whole fight because the hand is trying to kill Molly, and we work our way to the end where they defeat the hand which is now inside a hand puppet that they found in the art room. It's that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed
That
the shit
was
out of the
fun.
hand and the hand puppets. That was fun.
Anton has the one puppet down, and then he like gets up, and then the other hand puppet slowly just like creeps up. Love that shit. That's fun.
Also, the muffler bong that was made in shop class that Anton is getting high on, and Molly's like, "You're really getting high right now," as she's about to get crushed on the top of a car up against the
Literally
ceiling
getting high
into a
with your
pentagram.
fucking friends. Jesus.
Yeah, well, he needed his strength like Popeye, which is what they talked about, and he blew the smoke in there, and he got the hand high, and then it stopped pulling on the lever. And...
eyes on the puppet fucking rolled back.
Did you expect Anton to get crushed at the end?
When they started moving under the car, I was like, oh no. I was like, oh man, you made it this far. Oh, and no. Well, I mean, he survives.
Well, so...
Kind of.
Because we see Mick and Penub walking into the light now. Penub, Pornhub, walking into the light, right? And they're like, Anton, are you coming? Which makes me feel like he died and he had the option, but he stayed back. But also, he didn't come back undead like them. So, like, but also, like, if my choice was stay on Earth and have a shot with Jessica Alba or walk into the light, I'd probably stay on Earth and take my shot with Jessica Alba too, even if every bone in my body was broken.
Which it was. Correct.
And then his best friends become his guardian angels and still continue to fuck with him by writing "I'm under the bed" in glow-in-the-dark paint on the ceiling, which is exactly what his parents saw when they went to bed at the beginning of the movie, which was a fun little callback at the end there.
I also just want to know, like, I get it. Like, your hand has a mind of its own. How do you not, like, remember, like, getting up at all? Going to murder these people? Like, you leave your house to go do this?
This is a man who leaves his house in his boxer shorts to walk down the street to go get weed from his friends.
I mean, he was only going down the street.
This is a man who was so desperate for marijuana that he lit up spices.
Nutmeg and cinnamon?
Yeah.
Like...
Because his friends lied about having pot.
They did. They really
All
did.
right, so...
honestly. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we move on. The one thing the hand did, which I thought was fun, it used the pencil sharpener to sharpen its nails to a fine little point, as if it just got its nails done and got little claws. I was like, honestly, I respect it. That's kind of innovative. Like, I'm proud of you.
Yep.
Little demon hand.
I have a few spits for this movie.
Okay.
Because most of what we talked about, like the majority of the movie is a swallow for me. I really enjoy this movie. It is a very fun, like I said, it is half baked for the horror world. So I enjoy it for what it is. But why does Anton live in the attic? Like, there's an entire fucking house. You cannot tell me that man did not have a room. Why is he up in the attic?
Maybe
he comes downstairs and smokes pot in the living room. It's not like he's hiding up there to get high.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, well, that was also because he was like, well, I haven't, like, seen my parents in a few days. And then proceeded to, like, maybe that's why he went downstairs to smoke pot.
90s homophobia. Spit.
Always a spit.
A little bit of that in here.
A little sprinkle of 90s homophobia, of course.
We already talked about Anton not being able to talk to Molly at first.
Mm-hmm.
Anton, when he thinks that there's a killer in the house after finding his parents dead, decides to use his dog as a shield.
It was funny. He's like, Duke.
Yeah.
Well, and then they went down under the covers.
No. I'm talking about the scene where he's pushing Duke into the doorway first. And he's behind Duke and he's scooting him across the floor.
Because he's a stoned piece of shit. Who's scared out of his mind.
I'm spitting the fact that Molly was interested in Anton at all, because none of that made sense to me in my head.
Yeah. Because, like, if she was... Well, and, like, she gets mad at him originally because he read her fucking lyrics. Her lyrics. She writes music. She's a chick bass guitar player. All right, whatever. So then she gets mad, and then she's like, then he remembers his favorite ones,
even though he just read them when he found them.
Creepy. It's like,
Yeah,
Anton,
the
you're
whole
not
thing.
making it any easier for you, bud.
The entire relationship between them is weird and creepy. We already talked about Randy, who definitely voted for Trump and is most definitely a pedo.
Yeah.
But my biggest spit
Okay.
is something that Anton says to Molly. He calls her baby snakes. And I don't know what the fuck that means.
She called
Or
him baby
why.
snakes first.
Again, didn't like it in either context.
Like, I get it. Pet names are a thing that some people do. Whatever.
But why baby snakes?
That's what
As someone who grew up in the 90s, never heard that used, never heard anyone call anyone that, was not a thing.
I'll see you with the dance, baby snakes. It's like, you could have just called her baby, could have called her babe. Like, bro. He could have called her anything else. But no, let's go to her. Let's make our pet name baby snakes. Gross.
And one more swallow that I had that I didn't talk about, which was from Molly. So Molly and her best friend escape into the ventilation shaft to try and get away, and they come across movie giant spinning fan blades that they have to traverse.
Of course.
But she takes her friend's shoe and MacGyver's that shit down into the fan blade to stop it. And then her friend's like, it's too far. And she's like, fuck this. And she takes her whip and ties it up and uses it to lower herself down. Like, Molly MacGyvering the shit out of that. Like, she was kind of a badass.
Molly MacGyver.
Molly MacGyver.
Molly Maguire.
Molly Maguire. All right, so let's get. Oh, and then of course, Swallow is Boobs, and Boobs were Kelly Monaco's character in the car, getting felt up by 3 hands, one of which she was not consenting for, before getting choked to death and her neck broke. But we'll get there.
You know, normal things.
But I got boobs, and they're really nice boobs. Kelly Monaco has great boobs.
They're very nice boobies. This is true.
Okay, so kills.
A
Anton's dad. We don't know how Anton's dad died.
We just hear
Yeah.
And,
Anton's mom is splattered underneath the bed,
yeah, loses an eye at some point too.
which was great because like she's the one that turned off the light and looked up and saw I'm under the bed, and they checked under the bed and there was nothing there. Then she ran back into the bedroom and she's trying to call, and then the phone cord gets pulled down, and she, for whatever reason, doesn't realize, hey, maybe the thing that said I'm under the bed is under the bed, and then gets grabbed by an arm, pulled under the bed bounces and she splatters.
The bed bounces a lot. Like, what was happening down there?
Splattered.
A lot. And like, when did she lose an eye?
Well, so like they had the Halloween decorations, which was like the American Gothic painting, I think is what it's called. Yeah, with the farmer and his wife, but they had pumpkin heads, and then the hand replaced the dummies with his parents and put the pumpkin heads on them.
I think it's actually his daughter, but yes, go on.
Is it his daughter?
I think it's a common misconception. I'm gonna double check myself.
Interesting. Mick gets impaled with a bottle.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
The twins are killed prior to the movie starting over in the fast food place, and then their ears are missing, which were deep fried in the deep fryer. It was a thing, but we find the deep fried ears. Yeah, we find the deep fried earrings.
It is his daughter.
Penub is decapitated by a discus saw blade.
Which is crazy.
To be fair, like, kind of shout out to the CGI with the head, because except for I think maybe like 1 or 2 scenes, it was actually pretty good, especially for 1999.
Oh yeah, it was surprisingly good.
Yeah. There's also a point where there are 2 typical stupid horror movie cops who are harassing Anton And they show up to the house for a noise complaint because Anton and his two undead buddies are listening to music really loudly and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with this hand that murdered them. Dumb cop number 1 is stabbed in the ear with a knitting needle.
Yep.
And then dumb cop number 2 is shot in the face with a taser. Randy's friends, so Kelly Monaco and her boyfriend, are killed while starting to have sex in the car while dressed as members of the band Kiss.
Which is a choice.
In the school dance parking lot.
Yeah.
Not even like out on a cliff somewhere. They're in the parking lot.
Again, I mean, Kiss is a great band. I mean, don't get me wrong. But like, that's what you dress up as to go to your high school dance.
Listen, he had his love gun out and ready to fire.
Well, we don't know if he had it out. We'll never know.
You talked about the finger sharpening with the pencil sharpener, and then the principal.
Who, by the way, is on school property making sex calls. Sir, I don't think you should have been in charge of children at all.
He got his just due. I'm not sure if his dick got ripped off or if he just got gutted in the stomach with the pointy fingers because it just kind of splattered up from. Because like I got the feeling like the hand was like massaging his crotch while he was having the sex call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't know if it like
working its way up his pant leg, and then it busts out from his dick, and then kind of just goes like that.
It busts out from his dick.
I mean, yeah, I'm
the
not
crotch of his
technically wrong.
pants.
Technically not wrong.
To be fair, I did not see the hand come out of his penis.
Hey, listen, I don't know. Crazy things happen in movies.
Dexter Holland, lead singer of Offspring, gets scalped.
Yeah, that sucks.
There are a few high school kids that are crushed by a lighting rig that the hand lets go and smashes in a very Carrie-esque high school dance.
Yeah, after the hand broke the fucking lock off the gym door, kids were getting trampled. Like, what is like, what the fuck did this movie turn into?
So we talked about how Molly and her friend, whose name was Tanya, were crawling through the ventilation shaft, and they had the whole like giant fan blade thing. Well, Tanya was too scared to jump down. Molly's down there; she's coaxing Tanya to come down, and the hand hangs Tanya and drops her down, and then pulls the shoe out so that the fan blade then sucks the whip noose cord thing back up, and Tanya splatters everywhere.
See, now, when the fan started, I was like, oh, because of where it's placed, it'll just cut the fucking whip. You know?
Conventional wisdom might lead you to believe that.
I'm fucking smart. I know what would
You would figure that fan blades that are sharp enough to eviscerate a human body and cut through bone would be sharp enough to cut through a Halloween costume whip. I understand that. But it is far less visually appealing or fun to have her just drop and live. Also, Penub was like really hoping that, you know, him and Tanya were going to get it on. They were making out a little bit earlier at the dance, which Mick was not happy about because, you know, necrophilia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, necrophilia is, as far as I know, illegal in at least 47 states.
At least.
The evil hand is then pinned to Mick's chest with a sacred dagger, which sacred dagger, possessed hand, idle hands can be in Matt's Necronomicon horror universe.
There you go.
But Debbie LaCour shows up, has the dagger, throws it, pins the hand to Mick's chest, and then it just disappears in like a little puff, which felt very anticlimactic.
Yes. Like, Mickey even said it too. He's like, that was it. I was expecting like puff of smoke or like you know, fire or something. I was like, same, honestly. That kind of sucked.
And then we talked about how Molly was strapped to a car and the hand was raising the lever of the car up towards the ceiling to crush Molly. Well, Penub backs into the lever and may or may not have killed Anton, as we discussed earlier, because he didn't come back undead and his bones were crushed, but also he was asked if he was going to join his friends in the light. So, like, may or may not have killed Anton, at least for a second. Maybe he was revived by paramedics. We don't know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Idle Hands overall, spit or swallow?
I think for like how like stupid it is, and like not a mean way, but just like come on. I think it'll get a swallow because like I was entertained. It was funny. Devon Sawa, like come on.
It has an amazing fucking cast, like a ridiculous fucking cast.
Amazing cast. Dracula was playing at one point. I was like, hey, I love this song.
Yep, got a little Rob Zombie.
Yep. Songs on my playlist.
I really enjoy this movie. Again, it is so because I was thinking about this as I prepare to talk Evil Dead. We've been over Evil Dead and how we feel about Evil Dead and how Evil Dead was what it was for its time period and everything. And it didn't hit for you and it didn't hit for Reek, and I appreciate it, but it's not really the original Evil Dead 2, and Evil Dead 3. The campiness isn't really for me. It's a little too campy for me, which I'll get into more in a couple weeks. But I feel like this is like my Evil Dead. You know, like it hit me right at the right time. I was in 1999. I was bordering on getting into high school. I was like 2 years from high school. I was in like 7th grade. Yeah, fuck you. So like it caught me at the right time, and it's very much that horror comedy for me of that generation. So I enjoy it. It's a fun ride. Where does this was this? I'm assuming not better than From Dusk Till Dawn.
I think From Dusk Till Dawn is going to be number one for a while. I think I am going to put it above Ginger Snaps. Yeah.
Really? Because you were all about like feminism and girl, and it was just International Women's Day the other day.
It was. Shout out to it's Women's Month.
It is Women's Month.
That's true, and I still love it. Just I don't know.
Probably a better produced movie overall.
Like I mean the makeup and stuff they did in this movie was also really good, and like the werewolf was kind of in Ginger Snaps. And like this was just like the hand was very well done. Like the makeup on Mick and Penub was good. Like you said, the head looked really good 90% of the time. It's like that. I think it's gonna go above Ginger Snaps.
Okay.
Demons was number 2.
And unfortunately, that means Night of the Demons is slowly working its way out of the top 5. Night of the Demons 2, specifically 2.
I really have to figure out what my list is because I don't remember. What do I have as okay? So if I have From Dusk Till Dawn is 1, Idle Hands is 2, Ginger Snaps is 3. What the fuck do I have at 4?
I think it's
Night of the Demons 2.
Night of the Demons 2.
And what do I have at 5?
I have no idea what you have at 5.
I feel like we talk about this every time I have to rank it, and I'm like, I don't even know what I have as my movie list.
You should write it down right now.
I should.
You should. And I will go and I will pull up visit channel. If you go to Creation World, youtube.com/Creation World, and you go to playlists, there is a playlist that says Getting Off, and it has the majority. It does not have the first episode of Getting Off the playlist for some reason, but it does have episode 2 and a lot of the episodes after that. Yeah. And if you scroll down, the very first Katie Horror Showcase was episode 32, where we watched Night of the Demons 2.
Wild.
Or no, we watched Night of the Demons, the original Night of the
Yeah,
Demons,
because you
and
had
then
me
Night of the Demons
go
2.
1 and 2, yeah.
And then we watched Children of the Corn.
Mm.
And then we watched Children of the Corn 4.
Maybe I have Pet Cemetery as number 5 because I loved Baby Gage.
Then we watched Pet Cemetery. No, I think Pet Cemetery we didn't do for Katie Horror Showcase. We did Pet Cemetery 2 for Katie Horror Showcase. Because I know we did Children of the Corn, and then we did Children of the Corn 4.
No, I think we
very-
did. I think we did have it because we were doing. It was like a theme because we were doing like 2 movies out of like a franchise kind of thing.
We did Pet Cemetery for something else.
I don't know.
Well, because I'm looking at. Well, that's actually 6. So hold on. Yeah, no, you know what? It was 5 because 5 is not in here. So 6 was Pet Cemetery 2.
Okay.
And then we did Sleepaway Camp.
Which I feel like I did kind of like.
And then it's missing 3 of them, and we jumped down to 6 Souls.
Oh God. Hold on. Let me look in
But you know,
the notebook.
but you know how else? You know how else we can look this up, ladies and gentlemen? If you go to @SmackandRaw on Threads, there's an entire thread in my pinned tweet that has all of the links to all of the episodes.
Well, that would also help. Okay, wait, that's Ginger Snaps. So Ginger Snaps is one of the ones missing because that was before Six Souls.
Yep. Well, I know Children of the Corn is below Children of the Corn 4. It's near the very bottom. Night of the Demons is somewhere in there. Night of the Demons 2 is, we said, what, 4?
Yeah, I have it as 4. I really do think I had Pet Cemetery as 5. It was either Pet Cemetery or Sleepaway Camp.
Because I prefer Pet Cemetery 2 to the original Pet Cemetery, but then there's Sleepaway Camp.
But I liked Baby Gage.
Katie Horror Showcase 8 was the Halloween special, so we did not cover a movie.
That's right.
And then 9 was Ginger Snaps.
And then Six Souls was after that.
10 was Six Souls. 11 was number 1 From Dusk Till Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
And we are on 12. Yep. So, what's dead last? Children of the Corn or the original Night of the Demons?
Fuck, I think I do have Children of the Corn as dead last.
The original.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to like go to the end of like each episode to be like, all right, where the fuck did I rank these? Because I don't remember. I mean, I have the first 4 that we think are the first 4. We know.
All I know is Night of the Demons 2 was number 1 until Ginger Snaps.
It was until Ginger Snaps.
And
then I have Six Souls. Jesus. I don't know. Fuck. I will have to, maybe I'll do that like throughout this week. I'll get like my actual list. I'll write it out and I'll put it with the other getting off things. So then every time we do a new movie, I can just add it somewhere.
Okay. And then I need a calendar here. So trivia will be on the 21st and or 23rd of this month.
No.
Why not?
I had it written down as the 28th. I don't know why.
Oh, that's Friday. Yeah. Okay. So sorry. I was looking at the 23rd. Well, yeah, no, it would be the 23rd. Because next Sunday is the 16th.
Oh, see, on the first one, I have the 21st or the 28th because we had it as we don't know when Kate is going to give birth type of thing.
And now she's definitely going to give birth at the latest on the 17th because her due date was the 21st.
Okay.
So we'll say the 21st or the 23rd. I should be super free either of those days. So I will talk to our guests and find out what works for them. So we got 2 weeks to figure that out.
Because that's trivia. So.
And then our next one would either be after that the 4th or the 6th. It cannot be the 4th because I'm going to SmackDown, and you and Vince are gonna have to hold it down for me on the 4th.
Mm-hmm. And again, I have completely different dates on this now because I have the 11th and then the 25th.
Well, that's because we based it off the 28th after that because of Kate's due date. So.
Oh, that means I have to write this for the 3rd time now. God damn it.
I mean, we could just leave it the way it is. I mean.
No, it's all right. I can rewrite everything. I just like I like having my lists.
Having my birthday weekend off would not be a bad deal. And it would give me more time to prepare for trivia.
Okay. So, I mean, do you want to do we can do the 30th. We don't have to do the 28th.
Yeah.
So 30th, and then the 11th, and then the 25th, because I'm going to be gone the week of the 16th anyways.
Yeah.
Because I'll be in Vegas.
So we'll leave it that way, and I will hit up our pending participants and let them know
March.
The 30th.
30th.
Yep. Or trivia.
Or trivia. Season 2, episode 1.
Yep. Which hopefully will feature Final Girls podcast.
Are you gonna? So if they don't, are you still gonna do Final Girls, or are you gonna wait until you can get them on?
I'm probably gonna wait until I can get them on. So it'll be. I'm gonna check their that also gives me 2 weeks to like check their availability, make sure they're good, and then figure out the theme.
Especially because if they're not, then you do need to think of a new theme.
Oh, it's going to be all things vampires just for Reek. So
there you go. He'll be so thrilled.
And there will be 0 Nosferatu questions on it.
That's rude. Give one Nosferatu question at least. Can't do that to the man.
I'm the games master. I can do whatever I want.
I'm the champion. So I'm just your Vanna White for 3 episodes.
You are. So yeah, I'll check and see who is available, and we will schedule that, and we'll see you in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
For Miss Katie Kinsey Bebe, I am the patron saint of podcasting, Lord Matt Ritter. And before we get out of here, Katie, where can they find you? Because I almost fucked that up.
See, I was just gonna let it happen. It's all right. I mean, at this point, they should know. You can follow me on Twitter, KatieWrestling13, the link dream about to everything She Elite Showcase, twitch.tv/She Elite Showcase, and youtube.com/She Elite Showcase, typically Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish, except this week we're going after Dynamite, which I keep forgetting, and I have to remind myself when I say it. Yeah, so keep an eye on the channel for fun things coming.
You can follow me on Twitter at Getting Off for your horror content, at Matt Ritter, that is at MATTRIDDER for your wrestling content, and everywhere else for everything horror and wrestling at Smackin' Raw, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, and Blue Sky. This has been the Getting Off podcast, and you have gotten offed.